Did you campaign for an Oscar back then?
I don't think I knew what the word was. Politicians campaign.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was just different, you know.
No one ever expected Eva Marie Saint to carry such a powerful secret, least of all Alfred Hitchcock. Cast in North by Northwest at 34, critics said she was too old, too innocent, and not nearly glamorous enough to stand alongside icons like Grace Kelly. But behind Hitchcock's careful direction and Cary Grant's suave persona, Eva was hiding a truth that would shock even the master of suspense. Now, at 100 years old, she's finally breaking her silence about those steamy scenes and the off-screen moments that Hitchcock never knew about. And once you hear what really happened between his stars, you won't watch the movie the same way again. Born on July 4, 1924, in Newark, New Jersey, Eva's life was marked by resilience from the start. As a toddler, she battled scarlet fever and was given slim chances to survive. But she did. That survival instinct defined her. When she accidentally set fire to her family's garage at 7, her parents chose to teach her responsibility instead of punishment, a lesson that shaped her measured, determined approach to life's biggest challenges. The Great Depression hit hard, but Eva's family found ways to scrape by. In 1935, her father bartered a month's tire sales for a cow to ensure they had fresh milk on the table. That ingenuity became a theme in Eva's life. At 12, she won a local talent contest impersonating Shirley Temple, sharing her prize, a year's worth of ice cream, with her neighbors. It was a small act of generosity that hinted at the quiet strength and warmth that would later make her a beloved screen presence. But nothing about Eva's journey to Hollywood was easy. She battled crippling stage fright at Bowling Green State University, where she was rejected from the drama club. Instead of giving up, she volunteered for psychology experiments to conquer her fear. Months later, she auditioned for a play, blindfolded, and stunned everyone with her raw performance. It was the start of a lifelong career. Still, success didn't come overnight. After graduation, Eva moved to New York City with just $40 and a dream. She worked as a human mannequin in a store window until a talent scout offered her a small modeling job. After 47 failed auditions, she snuck into NBC studios, pretending to be an employee. Her confidence got her noticed, and soon she was on radio shows, seamlessly switching between characters, from a teenage detective to a talking horse, all in a single day. Then came Broadway. In 1953, when the lead actress in The Trip to Bountiful fell ill, Eva stepped in with just 24 hours to prepare. Her performance was electric. In the audience that night was director Elia Kazan, who would cast her opposite Marlon Brando in On the Waterfront. Despite stiff competition from actresses like Elizabeth Montgomery, Eva's chemistry with Brando during their screen test was undeniable. The glove scene, where Brando picks up Eva's fallen glove, wasn't even scripted, but that unscripted moment became one of the most iconic scenes in cinema history. By the time filming wrapped in Hoboken's freezing docks, Eva had proven herself. Her Oscar win for Best Supporting Actress came when she was 8 months pregnant. She joked on stage, "I may have the baby right here," and the world fell in love with her humility and charm. Just days later, she gave birth to her son, cradling both her child and her Academy Award, a symbol of her perseverance. 4 years later, Alfred Hitchcock took a gamble, casting Eva in North by Northwest over Grace Kelly and Elizabeth Taylor. Critics scoffed. She was 34, far from the ingenue Hollywood loved, but Hitchcock saw something deeper. He believed Eva could balance innocence and sensuality, and he was right. Hitchcock personally chose her wardrobe, spending today's equivalent of nearly $500,000 on custom designer clothes. He even coached her to lower her voice, adding a seductive edge that shocked her husband when he heard her speak on set. But it wasn't all smooth. Cary Grant wasn't convinced she was the right choice until they filmed their infamous train scene. Their chemistry was electric, leaving the crew both flustered and impressed. James Mason, too, was skeptical, but by the end of shooting, he called Eva's performance revelatory. Even Hitchcock, rarely generous with praise, called her the perfect Hitchcock heroine. Then came the Mount Rushmore scandal. Hitchcock's plan to film a daring chase across the monument's faces sparked outrage. The National Park Service banned them from filming, fearing disrespect to the monument. Undeterred, Hitchcock's team secretly photographed every inch of the site, recreating it in a studio so convincingly that audiences believed it was real. The controversy only fueled the film's legend. Fans tried to reenact the stunts, leading to arrests and tighter security at Mount Rushmore. But by then, North by Northwest was already a hit, and Eva Marie Saint had cemented her place in Hollywood history. Yet, what happened off-camera between Eva and Cary Grant remained a mystery. Until now. At 100, Eva is finally revealing details that even Hitchcock never knew. Her story goes beyond Hollywood glamour. It's a tale of resilience, reinvention, and secrets long kept. In a town where Hollywood fairy tales rarely have a happy ending, Eva Marie Saint's life reads like an extraordinary exception. But behind the glamorous roles and red carpets lies a story of quiet resilience, remarkable talent, and an unwavering sense of self that kept her grounded in an industry known for its turbulence. At 35, when most actresses were told their time had passed, Saint defied expectations. Cast as Eve Kendall in Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest, she stepped into the shoes of one of his iconic Hitchcock blondes. But she wasn't like the others. Older, wiser, and carrying an Oscar for On the Waterfront, she brought depth and intelligence to the role, offering a refreshing take on Hitchcock's vision of icy elegance. Her chemistry with Cary Grant was electric, the kind that lingers long after the credits roll, and critics hailed her as a revelation. But while Saint thrived under Hitchcock's exacting standards, not every actress shared her experience. Tippi Hedren's harrowing time filming The Birds, where real birds were tied to her clothes and hurled at her, left scars, both emotional and physical. Hitchcock's obsessive control often blurred the line between brilliance and cruelty, a stark reminder of the cost some women paid for cinematic immortality. Still, Saint's story followed a different script. She welcomed Hitchcock's detailed direction, viewing it as a partnership rather than oppression. And after North by Northwest, she refused to be boxed in. Her role in Exodus showed she could carry a historical epic alongside Paul Newman, braving grueling heat and real explosions on set. Then came The Russians Are Coming, The Russians Are Coming, where she charmed audiences with her comedic timing, even performing her own stunts. She wasn't content to fade quietly as the years passed. Transitioning to television in the 70s, she took on groundbreaking roles, including portraying Edith Wilson, who secretly ran the country after President Wilson's stroke. Saint's unwavering commitment saw her riding horses and crossing rivers in How the West Was Won, sustaining injuries but refusing to back down. By the 1990s, Saint was still collecting accolades, finally earning an Emmy after decades of nominations. She proved that age could be a badge of honor rather than a career death sentence. Into her 90s, she worked in films like Winter's Tale and even lent her voice to Transformers. But perhaps the most powerful part of her legacy is the love story she shared with husband Jeffrey Hayden, a Hollywood marriage that defied the odds, lasting 65 years. They raised a family far from the spotlight, balancing fame with normalcy in a way few could. Even in her centennial year, Eva Marie Saint remains a symbol of grace and perseverance. Her journey from Hitchcock's sophisticated spy to humanitarian and family matriarch proves that true stars never fade, they evolve, shining brighter with time. And as she stood on the Oscar stage in 2023, receiving a 3-minute standing ovation, it was clear some legacies are simply timeless. And there you have it, Eva Marie Saint, the legendary Hitchcock blonde who rewrote the rules and proved that talent, heart, and a little bit of humor can outshine any Hollywood spotlight. From stealing scenes alongside Cary Grant in North by Northwest to braving explosions in Exodus and even jumping out of windows for laughs in The Russians Are Coming, Eva's career was anything but ordinary. She showed the world that age is just a number. Riding horses, crossing rivers and giving powerhouse performances well into her 90s. And let's not forget her epic Hollywood love story, 65 Years with Jeffrey Hayden. In a town where relationships can barely survive a movie shoot, theirs was the real deal. So, what do you think? Which part of Eva's journey inspired you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you loved this deep dive into one of Hollywood's most enduring stars, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next.